So I've been following Iifym around a year now, weighing the food, MyFitnessPal, making sure I'm hitting my macros, and all of that. And of course you've seen videos of my full days of eating, whatever, tracking the macros and all of that. Now, I think Iifym is extremely great. I think it gives you the most amount of control over your body composition, easy to gain weight, easy to lose weight just by manipulating your macros, and you know exactly what you're putting into yourself. So that's great. But there is one glaring flaw that I see with Iifym, and that I've noticed amongst the people that do Iifym themselves. A lot of times in comments and videos, posts on Instagram, things like that, you'll see people really driving home the fact that a carb is just a carb, or so they say. And that, each macronutrient is, in a sense, each macronutrient, meaning that there is no difference between what source you get these carbs from, these proteins from, or these fats from. And the reason why I feel like this is a problem is because it begins to start something that is really common on social media, which is just like trying to make the most outrageously, crazy looking foods fit your macros. So like stacks of pancakes with Reese's Oreos mixed with chocolate syrup, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it just starts to get kind of crazy. Some of these pages, that's literally all they post. And while they're cool to look at, it's awesome that you can fit those in your macros and not mess up your fitness goal. I think what starts to happen is this idea starts to get pushed that instead of fitting something sweet into your macros, all your macros are taken up by sweet stuff or heavily processed things. And a lot of these people, they're going to still tell you your carb is just a carb, it doesn't matter. Well, this notion that a carb is just a carb or any other macronutrient is just another macronutrient only really applies to body composition. What about your health? If you're somebody like me, you care about your health long term. It's not just about how I look. It's also about how I feel. It's about, 50 years from now, will I still be here? And will I be healthy? Will I be a burden to my family because I didn't take care of myself? So a lot of people, they don't think long term, I think, and I think that's why Iifym sort of is starting to turn to this idea that you sort of just eat whatever. And I know people will still say, maybe in this video, that a carb is just a carb. And really, one of the reasons why I feel like this video should be made and shared, hopefully you guys share this, is I've noticed a lot of people recently have gotten cancer. It's really increasing in its rate, and it's hard to say, what is the cause of cancer or any other disease that is life-threatening. But what we put into our bodies directly affects every other aspect of us. It's our fuel. It's what literally makes up our body. Our cells is made off of the food that we eat. So obviously the quality of the food that you put in yourself is going to have effect on your body. So for me, I'm going to try to eat, as much whole food sources as I can. And all those, maybe you'll still get cancer if you eat all organic or you eat all whatever. I'm not saying that this will prevent it, but why even take a chance with something like that if there's even a chance that it may end you up with something like cancer? So like the debate with sweeteners, a lot of people will just say, oh, it's nonsense, the study with the rats and the tumors, it's nonsense, you'd have to eat a lot. But how much sweeteners are you actually taking in? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to be realistic with yourself once you're in it. Once you have a routine of drinking diet sodas and using a lot of sweeteners and stuff like that, it's hard to really check yourself and say, okay, wait, am I using a lot more than I used to? Could this possibly affect me in a negative way? So I think as an Iifymer myself, speaking to other Iifymers hopefully, and if you don't do Iifym, you should, just pay attention to your micronutrients as well. Make sure you're getting some micronutrients. Help yourself out. Don't just try to eat as many Pop-Tarts as you can fit in your macros, or Cinnamon Toast Crunch or whatever. And I eat all of these things. I love all of these things. I love delicious food. But I'm just saying, I think that it's important to also take care of yourself as best as possible. And that does include paying attention to the sources of your food, not just, going by the notion that a lot of people will tell you that it doesn't matter which type of foods you eat. Now, on body composition, it doesn't really matter that much, but when you're talking about for your health, if you're a person that cares about your health, then really pay attention to the micronutrient sources. So this is the flaw that I've noticed in Iifym. It's really mostly amongst Iifymers. They try to push this idea heavily. And that's it. But besides that, Iifym is great. Jump on it if you haven't, and I'll see you guys later.